Hello instructors. In this video, I'm going to show you how to back up your course before you do the end of term cleanup. So as you can see, this is my course and I've got a lot of junk on it from this year, lots of group activities that the students were doing just in section 0 alone, lots of different things. And I'm going to delete all of them when I'm cleaning up my course, just delete them manually because I don't need them next term, but I still want to save them just in case, and I just like to sort of save them in bulk, just in case I want to use any of them again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the little cog here and click on it and click on backup. Okay, and this will bring us to the backup page. And then we've got to choose our backup settings. There's quite a few of them. So it depends what you want to save here. I really just want to save the activities I made and the resources and the orders and the labels in which I put them in. So in that case, I would unclick, I can unclick basically everything except include activities and resources. I don't need calendar events. I do need the question bank because I have some quizzes, so I'll keep that clicked. But I don't need groups or competencies or any custom fields. And I do need the content bank content because I do have some H5Ps in the content bank. So really, if all you want to do is save everything you've added to the course, any existing activities on there, including the ones that were already put in there by the developer, and all of the PDFs and worksheets in the course, then all you need to click on is this one, include activities and resources, and this one, include question bank, and this one, include content bank content. Now, it's a little different if you want to back up your course before you do the reset. So you actually want to back up and save all of the student information and the student grades, just in case something goes wrong with the reset. For that purpose, then yes, include the enrolled users. So you would leave that clicked. I mean, if you had any blocks, you could click that. I don't know if anybody does. And you would just probably include all of these things if you want the course, sort of frozen in time. So that would mean you would keep the groupings, the competencies, the custom fields. So you would leave everything as is, but most importantly, if you want to keep the student work in there, which will be deleted after the reset, you need to keep this one clicked, include enrolled users, and include user role assignments. This takes up a lot of room, actually. So feel free to do it if you're really cautious and want to be safe. But I think for me, I'm okay. I've got everything saved in my students' portfolios that I wanted saved. I really just want to save my work, the things that I added to my course for this year. So I'm just going to include the activities and resources. So it's up to you. Leave everything clicked if you want your course frozen in time, sort of thing, with everything there. But if you just are interested in saving your activities and anything you've changed, your modifications or anything, just as a backup in case something happens, then I would just leave these boxes clicked. Okay, so yeah, 3 boxes. So now I'm going to click on Next. And as you can see, now everything here is clicked. There's a blue check mark box. And that means that every single thing in my course, things that were already there, activities, etc., that were already there, plus activities I've added, are there for me. So maybe you want to save the same thing. Maybe you just want to save certain things. Maybe you just want to save a certain section. So if you just want to save a certain section, so say maybe I don't need to save section 1, then you can click on the section title and then everything is unclicked for you, which is kind of nice. So I just want to save everything after section, I guess this is section 0, sorry, everything after section 0 and see everything there is clicked. What you can also do is you can unclick activities within sections. So maybe I do want to save education and learning, most of it, but I don't need this activity. I don't want to save this activity. So you can unclick individual activities or resources that you've put on here as well. So it's kind of handy in that way. Okay, so you can scroll down and make sure that everything you want is checked and everything you don't want is unchecked. Just a note, so actually maybe if I scroll down a little more, yeah, I don't have a lot of quizzes in my course, but oh yeah, here's a quiz. So if I didn't include the question bank in this backup, then I wouldn't be able to save my quiz. So that's why it's important that you include the question bank if you have any quizzes for your backup. Also, I'll scroll down more. It's a really long scroll. So if I have any H5Ps that I made or that I imported or whatever in my content bank, and let's see if I can find one. Yeah, it might be a little bit after this. But yeah, if I use any H5Ps in my content bank, here we go. So the blue H5Ps, if I have any of these, you can see this is checked because I included the content bank. So if you don't include the content bank in the first step, you won't save any of these blue H5Ps. Okay, so I can scroll down here. I'm saving a lot here, but that's okay. Better safe than sorry. So then I'm going to click Next. And then it shows, the name that the file will be. I guess I could change that if I wanted. Maybe I will. I'll change it to maybe September 2020 to July 2021. And maybe I'll put, because yeah, the course names, it's sort of hard to tell what they all are in your backup area, which I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, give a clear title that will save you time later, making sure you have the right file. Again, it gives you the opportunity to check everything. Okay, so as you can see, there's an X here, and that means rightly, I unclicked this whole section 0. So nothing from section 0 is being included, and it shows that with the XXXXX. But getting started is included. All of the portfolios are included. And if we go down a little bit more, you can see this section, education and learning, is included, but certain activities that I unclicked are not. Okay, so I'll just scroll down because it's quite a lot. And then you have the button Perform Backup. Of course, if you've missed anything, you can always go back to the previous page. That's the nice thing about it. So I'm going to click Perform Backup. And this is a lot. Okay, must be a zip file. Okay, so let's see what happens if I do that. If I put MBZ at the end of it to make sure that it's okay. Let's see if that works. Okay, there we go. And then we wait. Of course, the more you back up, the longer it's going to take. And it also depends on your internet connection, of course, and how many people are using your computer, or your internet, that is, and also how many things you have open. This, though, is the advantage of just backing up the activities and resources, the question bank, and the content bank. It's much faster. As you can see, at least the bar is moving. If you try to back up more stuff that you probably don't need, like user information, it will be very slow and can take possibly hours. So this is why, I think for the most part, if you're backing up a full course, all you really need to click are those 3 checkboxes to get everything you really want or will possibly use again. Yeah, and then sometimes it stops right near the end. Annoyingly, makes you wait. Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, you get 2 messages when you back up something. This backup was created with only references to files, not the files themselves. Restoring will only work on this site. So if you do try to restore, if you do try to put this back on another Moodle site, especially if it's not the same version, it's not going to work as well. But if you restore it, if you put this content back onto this site, it should all work very well. So what you really want to look for, though, is the green bar. The backup file was successfully created. Excellent. Okay, so you can click continue. Okay, and this takes you to your personal backup area. So, and this is where you can import a backup file that you have on your computer. I can show you that in a minute. But if we scroll down to restore it, that's the other step. But if we scroll down, there's a course backup area. That's not interesting. But what you really want to look for is the user private backup area. And you can see, oh, there's my course. I backed it up successfully. Remember, yeah, you had to write an MBZ file. I didn't know that. So I can do 2 things. I can restore the course, or I can download it. Now, don't restore it, because if you restore it into your existing course, then you'll have doubles of everything. You don't need to restore it. Everything is still there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to download it. Okay, it's going to be on my computer. I'll save it somewhere. And that way I always have it, just in case I want to draw from activities I've done in the past that I've since deleted in my course. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to download it. And as you can see, you can just download it onto your computer. You're not going to be able to open this type of file on your computer. It's meaningless, but you have the Moodle file. That's what MBZ is. It's a Moodle file, just in case you ever want to restore it or put it back into your course or some other course in Moodle at NSMS. So, so that is how you back up your whole course, or almost your whole course, to include all of the activities that are there, as well as the content bank and the question bank.